Four goals tonight, four last night. The previous three, you had like a total of four. What's all of a sudden with getting the goals?
I don't know. You can never pinpoint it. Ultimately, it's how you play the game. I thought we played a lot better these last two games than we did. Certainly, the game that we lost 7-1, and if it was easy to say how you score goals, you do it every night. But we obviously played a lot better these two games.
A little bit of a slow start tonight.
Yeah, no. I mean, they got two goals, but I think they only had three chances or two chances. But we weren't sharp. I didn't think we executed too well. We talked about it, and I thought our game really picked up probably with about 7 minutes left in the first period. Arch made a big hit, and it kind of perked our guys up a little bit.
And Zalewski, what is he doing well?
I don't think he's doing anything different right now than he was earlier. He's getting a little power play time, which he hadn't got earlier. He's taking advantage of opportunity, and you can sense there's a different bit of some confidence within himself after he's come back from Vancouver.
But even before that, it seemed like he was stronger on the puck. Not so just his all-around game, just stronger, say, than in the beginning of the year or certainly at the end of last year.
Yeah, well, he has. He's a better hockey player now than he was obviously last season. He worked hard over the summer, and he continues to get better. Every month he becomes a better hockey player.
Rochester was pitching a lot of pucks at Bachman, especially in third period. It came on strong.
Joe. It was Joe in that. Yeah, Joe was good. He was solid. I thought, early it's tough when you don't get a lot of action, and he hasn't played in a week. But he settled in nice and made some big saves for us when he had to.
Important to get these last two wins going into this short break.
For sure, it's important to get any win, but we didn't play well last weekend, and we've had a tough schedule. We've played a lot of good teams, and probably deserve to have a little bit better record than we did the last 12 games before this. And it's getting to that time of year where you're starting to look at the standings a little bit. We talked about that. It was important that we had a good weekend.
Mixed up the lines a little bit here and there. We had our heads spinning a little bit trying to keep track.
I did. I started the game a certain way, and just didn't like the way things were going. And sometimes you can wake your team up just by changing the lines a little bit. And found a couple combos that we liked and stuck with it. And then, I moved Z to the wing, so I also played him at center a little bit, so some guys got short shifted a little bit tonight, but that was just out of the way the lines were rolling.
Another thing, just being able to come from behind. And of course, you guys aren't averaging a lot of goals, nor is Rochester, but being able to come from behind, is that, you don't want to have to do it, but when it does happen, is that a confidence builder for the team?
I think so. We talked about it. We were down 2-0, but the game was far from over. That first goal was big, and once you get it to 2-1 with 45 minutes left in the game, you've got a lot of time to work with. And I just like it when our team sticks with the game plan. And we talk about, I know I've said it a lot, of process. We didn't panic. We just stuck with it and found a way to get a win.
Defense has been looking a lot stronger over the last couple of games. Landry, of course, 3-point night. Fadoon had a pretty good game, and Andre has been moving well with the puck and throwing the body as well. Is there just anything different you're doing with them, or is it just the gel time?
I think it's just you hope that your team gets better as the season progresses. We've got, we don't have a veteran guy back there. Landry's our oldest guy, but he still only played, I think it's 4 or 5 years in the league. And, you see Subban getting better, Sautner's getting better, Padan still has to grow his game, and I thought Shields has come in and played real solid. He's been a good pairing with Padan. And we got two guys that didn't play tonight, Earhart and Negrin, that have been rocks for us for, a couple of years here. So,
were they just a rest, or were they okay?
He has had an eye infection, hasn't had a real practice for 4 or 5 days, and Johnny hasn't missed a game this year. He's played well, but I think our guys understand that guys have to go in and out of the lineup, and for us to have success.
You expecting Blair Jones back next weekend? Or?
I'm not sure. He's still, he's been out a month. It's a long time and not a lot of practice time. So this All-Star break probably isn't good for him. No, I don't expect him to be past next weekend, but we'll see.
Going anywhere special during the break or just hanging out?
No, just going home. Going to see my kids.
Mike, what's you hit 4 goals in 2 games. What's the story? What's working for you?
Just getting some chances, Guys are making good plays around me, and I've been fortunate, to get some chances, and they're going in right now. So I'm going to keep shooting the puck and hope they keep going in.
Haven't been up, up for a couple of games. Did it help your confidence, or in what ways did it help you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, I think you see it a lot. Anytime a guy gets a chance to go up there, he's going to come back with some confidence. And it was exciting to get up there in 2 games. But I'm happy to be back here and playing with these guys too. And you definitely need to come back with some confidence. But like I said, I've just gotten some chances these past couple of games and was able to put them in.
How in what ways do you feel that your game is more solid or better than it was, say, end of last year or beginning of this year?
I think confidence is a huge part, but not only that, just being more comfortable to kind of take what the game gives me. Last year I felt like I had to run around a lot and it was flying all over the ice and maybe getting myself in positions I shouldn't have. And now I find, I'm a little more comfortable just sitting back and letting the game come to me and then, trying to capitalize on opportunities.
You feel you're very solid possessing the puck because it certainly looks that way.
Yeah, I think confidence is a part of that, Coming back to my second season, it's been good, and, you just feel better controlling the puck. And not only that, you want to control the puck and you want to control the game and make things happen.
Am I mistaken, or are you being a little more creative as well? Maybe knowing that you can make this play or that play?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit more creative. Definitely.
Going anywhere special for the break, the All-Star break, or still hanging around?
No plan set in stone yet. Nicholas Jensen, who was my roommate here for these 2 seasons, will be coming back, and we're going to do something fun, but not sure yet what that's going to be. It was big, You never want to start the game going down 2-0 like that, but nobody panicked, and we sat on the bench. It's a long game. There's a lot of time left, so we knew if we played our way, we'd get some chances, and just had to capitalize.
On the shorthanded goal, did you have a plan, or when you're going in there, what were you thinking? Did you have a plan, or you just like?
My plan was to pass it to Higgins, actually, but by the time I got down there, I had a step in the D-man and was kind of had to break in, so kind of went with a similar shot as last night in Albany, and just try to kind of fool him with a quick shot, and he opened up his arm, and I found the hole.
How important is it to get these 2 wins, going into this short break and, going into St. John's next weekend?
It's big. We talked about how tight this conference is getting right now, and after the break, it's a big push. It's pretty much the second half of the season, and these games were huge for us. We'll go into the break, come out of the break, I guess I should say, with a lot of confidence, and this was a huge win for us tonight.